Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy, Income Tax. In this subject, 4 chapters, first 4 chapters I taught you. Fifth one, capital gain and income from other sources. This I did not teach you, I am starting this. And many of you are having a doubt. Madam, old one, that 4 chapters taught in the year probably 3-4 years ago I taught you. Is it useful? Yes, it is useful. Concept is same. Minor changes you will find because Income Tax Act is changing every year. So, very minor changes are there. But basics you can understand. If you are following our channel, if you understand my methodology, basics are same. So, that is why you can follow even the old one also, 4 chapters. Along with that, now I am also including this 5th chapter. Am I clear about this? Now coming to the 5th chapter. In this chapter we are talking about capital gains and income from other sources. So in this chapter, first of all, let's focus only today on capital gains. What is capital gains? If you want to understand about capital gains, you need to know about what is capital asset. Capital asset means what? What are the circumstances? What are the main important concepts of understanding these capital assets? You need to focus. Once if you understand capital assets, then you can go for the capital gains. So these 2 concepts we are going to see, capital asset, then capital gain. Theory class. If you understand this, then we can go for the next class onwards, practicals. Ready? Very simple, easy chapter also. Focus, trust me. Now coming to first capital assets and types of capital gains. Here, what is capital asset? For this, a small definition is given as per the Income Tax Act 1961. Did you remember throughout the income tax subject, we will be saying Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Act 1961. So, as per Income Tax 1961 under section 2 subsection 14. 214. 2 section subsection 14. It has given a small definition. What is that? So, as per that, a capital asset is any property. Capital asset is any property or any kind held by a person, whether connected with business or profession. A person is connected with the business or profession, but what it is? Property or any kind, okay? Or not excluding, which is not supposed to be excluding, stock in trade, personal effects. Personal effects means except specific items like jewelry or art, okay? Personal effects and rural agricultural land, okay? Now, let us understand once again what is capital account. Capital asset. Capital asset means under section 2 subsection 14 of Income Tax Act 1961, a capital asset is any property or any kind held by a person, whether connected with business or profession or not, excluding stock in trade, personal effects. Personal effects means like jewelry or any art, okay? Stock in trade, personal effects and rural agricultural land. These are the items not included as capital asset. Apart from that, any kind of property or any kind, that we consider it as capital asset. Okay. Now we will focus on the capital assets. How many types of capital assets are there? 2 types are there, short term capital asset, long term capital asset. What is short term capital asset? So this has very clearly mentioned as per the section under section 2 subsection 42A, 242A, 2 subsection 42A, easy to remember. 242A, it has mentioned that capital asset means the asset which is not exceeding 3 years or 36 months. If you are having any asset which is not exceeding means before 36 months or before 3 years, 36 means nothing but 3 years only, na? So, if the asset is below 3 years, if you are retaining, if you are having that asset with you before 3 years or 36 months, then that is called as short term, what is that? Capital asset, short term capital asset. Now, under short term capital assets, few important things you have to understand. If you understand short term capital asset, long term capital asset is very simple. First focus on the short term capital asset. So, what it is saying is, you know that first point is it should not cross 36 months or 3 years. Second point is few assets held for not more than 12 months. Generally it is 36, below 36 months we call it as a short term capital asset. But few assets held for not more than 12 months, few assets it should not cross more than 12 months, means below 12 months only we consider it as capital asset. What are those? Those items, 3 points you have to remember. A security including shares, a security including shares listed in a recognized stock exchange of India. Security means preference shares, or you can say it as a equity shares, these kind of shares. Security including shares listed in a recognized stock exchange of India, number 1 point. If it is crossing 12 months, then it will be long term. Number 1 point. Second point, a unit of a equity oriented fund, a fund which is in the nature of equity, okay? A unit of an equity oriented fund. This is also below 12 months only you should have. And a zero coupon bond. A zero coupon bond means, if you want more explanation, generally a bond which is containing some face value. Suppose a face value of 100 rupees. When you want to buy zero coupon bond, you will be buying at less cost, maybe 70 rupees, 80 rupees. That face value is 100. You are not going to get any kind of interest every month. Whatever discount you are getting, that is only the profit. 100 rupees bond I am getting for 80 rupees or 70 rupees, that is zero coupon bond. Means there is no interest in between that. When I am purchasing it, my profit is only the discount what I am getting. 100 rupees I am getting for 80 rupees, means that 20 rupees is the discount. So, that is why this is also considered it as a capital asset. This is zero coupon. 3 points. If 3 points are coming under the 12 months, then it is considered as a capital asset. What are the 3? A security including shares listed under the recognized stock exchange of India. Next, a unit of equity oriented fund. Fund should be equity oriented, and third one is zero coupon bond. 3 points. And also you must understand another important point. Few more assets held for not more than 24 months. Here it is before more than 12 months. This is few assets held for not more than 12 months. Now here few more assets which are not held more than 12 months. Sorry, more than 24 months. 12 months, 3 points. So, 24 months means we have only 2 points to understand. What are those? An immovable property. An immovable property that can be land or building. Land or building. So, this should not be more than 12 months. If you are having this immovable asset, land, building, anything, so this kind of things, if you are having more than 24 months, means more than 2 years, means that will be long term capital asset. Are you getting this point? Very clearly, an immovable property that can be land or building. So, if land and building before 2 years, if you are having, below 2 years if you are having. Second point, unlisted shares of a company. Unlisted, not certified shares. These kind of shares also. Below 2 years it is okay. Now, next one, long term capital asset. Long term capital asset means what? Here not exceeding 3 years and 36 months we are saying. If it is exceeding 3 years and 36 months, that will be long term, simple. But only the thing is you have to remember under section 2 subsection 29A, there section 2 42A, here 229A. 229A. Asset exceeding more than 3 years or 36 months, that is long term capital asset. Below, short term capital asset. Okay. Here you have to remember only one point, that is more than 12 months of equity and preference shares. Equity shares and preference shares, that should be more than 12 months. Okay. Then only we consider it as a long term. Here also you must be having somewhere. So, security before 12 months. Before 12 months means consider it as a short term capital asset. Okay. Here long term capital means it should be more than 12. The same point we have mentioned here. Below short term, above 12 months, long term. That's all. So, did you understand capital asset? Yes. Now, let us go to the capital gain. What is capital gain? Okay, this is main concept. If you understand capital asset, then capital gain. What is capital gain? Means in simple words, you can say it as a capital gain refers to profits. Capital gain means profit only, na? Capital gain refers to profits which is earned from the sale of capital asset. Whenever you are selling any capital asset, if you get any gain, whatever gain you are getting, that is capital gain. Here important point you have to remember when you understand this first line, capital gain refers to profits which is earned from the sale of capital asset. Simple. But sale always we consider it as a transfer. We use another word for sale is transfer. When you transfer the assets, when you get a gain, when you get a profit, that is called as capital gain. Transfer in the sense sale only. Here onwards we will be using the transfer word for sale. Okay. Now, this concept you understood. Next one, capital gain. Capital gain is taxable. Taxable in a year other than the year in which capital asset is transferred. Capital gain is taxable in a year. Taxable in a year other than the year in which capital asset is transferred. Suppose say this is now 2026. 2025 last year some asset is transferred. Transferred means asset is sold. Asset is transferred. That transaction comes under this year 2026 tax. 2026 assessment year we are going to consider. That is what's saying in this sentence. Once again now you read it, you will understand. Capital gain is taxable in a year other than in which capital asset is transferred. Capital asset is transferred in 2025. But we are considering it in 2026. Other than 2025, we are considering it as a taxable capital gain in 2026. Okay. These are the main 2 points you have to remember related to the capital gains. Now, capital gain is also 2 parts. One is long term capital gain, short term capital gain. Short term capital asset, long term capital asset. Did you remember the same one only we are talking about capital gain, long term capital gain, short term capital gain. Long term capital gain means you can understand through the section under section 2 subsection 29B. It has mentioned any capital arising from the transfer of long term capital. Whenever you are selling long term capital, whenever you are selling means transfer means nothing but sell only, na? Whenever you are selling long term capital asset, then when you get a profit, that is called as long term capital gain. Very simple. This is connected with the long term capital asset. If you are selling long term capital asset, then that is comes under the long term capital gain. Okay, long term capital gain as per the subsection 29B. One more important point you have to remember. It will be taxed at 20% flat rate. How much they charge? If you are transferring the long term asset, charges are 20% flat. Say for example, I am selling my asset, long term asset. Long term asset means, remember this point, 3 years or more than 36 months. I have that asset more than 3 years, means that is long term asset, more than. So, okay, that asset I am selling for 10 lakh. On 10 lakh, they are going to charge 20% flat. So, that is 20% they are going to charge. Now, it is clear. So, this is about long term capital gain. Now, coming to short term capital gain. Short term capital gain means if the capital you are having below 3 years, above 3 years means here it is long term, below 3 years means that is short term. If the asset is having below 3 years and whenever you are selling that asset, that is considered as a short term capital gain. Few points to be remembered. This comes under the section, under section 2 subsection 42B, 2 subsection 42B, 2 subsection 29B, 229B, 242B. So what it has mentioned, transfer of short term capital. So this is talking about any capital arising from the transfer of short term capital. Okay. Now another important point, it is taxed on slab basis. Here they charge 20% flat if it is long term. If it is short term, it is taxed on slab basis. That will be understanding in the coming classes, slab basis, and it is included in the income tax under income from other heads. So slab basis, and this amount is included in the income under the other heads. Example, whatever you get the income from salary or income from house property, so there you can show it. Am I clear about this? This is short term, short term capital gain. So long term, short term, it is over. Now important points to be remembered. Basis of charge, 4 points you have to remember. If you understand, if you are going to fulfill these 4 points, then only this comes under the capital gain. What are those? First point, there must be capital asset. When you are selling any asset, that asset must come under the capital asset. We learned what is capital asset. It must be capital asset. Another one, there must be transfer of capital asset. It is a capital asset, okay, but transfer is there or not? So we are talking about transfer of capital asset in the previous year. Previous year transfer. As I told you, 2025, I have transferred some asset, but which comes under 2026 year. There must be transfer of capital asset in the previous year 2025 related to the current year. Now that comes under this current year. Third point, on transfer of capital asset, there must be profit. If no profit, no capital gain, right? So whenever you are transferring, there must be profit. And next, these capital gains are not exempted under section. Few sections are there. As per these sections, this capital should not comes under these sections. If it is coming under any of these sections, then that doesn't comes under the capital gain. What are those sections? Means 54, 54B, 54D, 54E, B, D, E, and also F, G. 54, B, D, E, F, G. Apart from this, 54GA and 54GB. Under these sections, that capital should not be exempted. Under these sections, few capitals are exempted, but whatever we are talking about this capital gain, this should not be exempted. If fulfilling these 4 points, then only we can consider it as a capital gain. Simple. I'll give you time to take the screenshot. Need not to worry, very simple. Understand the concept, what is capital gain, and also before that you have to understand about capital asset. Capital asset, 2 types, short term capital asset, long term capital asset. If you understand this, capital gain we are coming. Capital gain also 2 types, long term capital gain, short term capital gain. Take down the notes as it is. Next class onwards, we will talk about the practical problems. Hope you understand. Don't forget to share these videos. Stay connected, study well, and have a bright career and get the good marks. Don't forget to share your success also with me in the comment box. Take care. Good luck. Take the screenshot.